have come here to love one another. We have come here to let our love grow. We are family, we're sisters and brothers, and we carry this love wherever we go. Try that with me. We have come here to love one another. Ha. We have come here to let our love grow. We are family, we're sisters and brothers, and we carry this love everywhere that we go. I said we carry this love. We carry this love everywhere that we go. We carry this love. We carry this love everywhere that we go. Take it, friend. Have come here to love one another. We have come here to let our love grow. We are family, we're sisters and brothers, and we carry this love everywhere that we go. I said we have come here to love one another. We have come here to let our love grow. We are family, we're sisters and brothers, and we carry this love everywhere that we go. I said we carry this love. We carry this love everywhere that we go. I said we carry this love. We carry this love everywhere that we go.
Good morning. Welcome to the Center for Spiritual Living in Santa Rosa. I'm Russ Laguerre, your assistant minister. And can we share some more love with our wonderful band? To be compassionate is to recognize that none of us are alone. It invites us to do what we can to ease our collective journey through the challenges of life. And it's the embodiment of the phrase, I'm here for you, no matter what. Whether you're in the room or you're watching online, please know that you are welcome here, where we aspire to embrace compassion by honoring inclusion, diversity, and equity. Now, please join me in reading out loud our mission. The Center for Spiritual Living is a spiritual community that promotes global transformation through personal transformation. Our purpose is to awaken humanity to its spiritual magnificence. We are motivated by a compelling global vision that inspires us to bring the gifts of compassion, integrity, and loving kindness to the world through our programs and teaching. Together, we are helping create a world that works for everyone. Compassion comes from the spirit within. The core of us, that's nature, is to be compassionate. And when we connect with spirit, compassion flows naturally and brings healing to anything that it touches. And we grow our awareness of that compassionate spirit within through our 5 spiritual practices. And would you please read those out loud with me? Spiritual study, affirmative prayer, meditation, selfless service, spiritual circulation. We would now like to extend a warm welcome to our first-time visitors. If you're a first-time visitor to our center, would you please stand or raise your hand as you're able? We would love to bring you a flower and a welcome packet as a token of our gratitude for you joining us today. And if you're watching online for the first time, please let us know in the chat. We're so grateful to have you. I know that somewhere in the music, the meditation, the prayer, the practices, and in Dr. Edwards' message today, you will find exactly what you need for the next step of your spiritual unfoldment. Please know you're very welcome here. Now, sit back, relax, enjoy some music before a short time of silent contemplation and prayer.
Still my mind, There's a part for you in this, ready? Still my mind, be at peace. In my awakening, I release with my heart, free my soul. In my awakening, I am whole. Om Shanti. Om Shanti, Om Shanti, Om Shanti, Om Shanti, Om Shanti, Om Shanti, Om Shanti. Om Shanti, Om Shanti, Om Shanti, Om Shanti, Om Shanti, Om Shanti. As I love, as I give, in my awakening, I choose to live. Give me strength, shine your light in my awakening, clear my sight. Om Shanti. Om Shanti, Om Shanti, Om Shanti, Om Shanti, Om Shanti, Om Shanti. Om Shanti, Om Shanti, Om Shanti, Om Shanti, Om Shanti, Om Shanti.
In this very moment, life, this one presence, this one source is fully abiding. that holds all of creation is right here. It is the one source, the very substance out of which all is made. Nothing left out of this one embrace. It is life being life, love being love. It is the very power, the impulsion of all of creation. And so I know it as the truth of who and what I am, being all that I am. In inner stillness, in every moment, every activity, there is no separation. And so I know this as the truth of each and every one here today, each one hearing this word, each one sharing this one presence of life. It is that divine love that brings forth life, that informs and unfolds anew right now. And so I know that we are held, supported, sustained in this very moment by that is and knows and does all things. It is our life, it is our light, it is our love right now. And in this sweet recognition and great gratitude for this call home, I simply let go. I let this be. And so it is. Amen. Good morning. I'm Ruth Barnhart, a minister here at our center. Please join with me in reading this morning's affirmation. I embody compassion by bringing love and connection to my world. And so it is.
I'm called to be a healer for all humanity. I'm called to be a dreamer, believe in what can be. I'm called to be a maker, be an instrument of peace. I'm called to be a giver, of abundance I receive. I'm called to be a prayer, living out the truth I seek. I am called to be everything I am called to be. Called to be the glory here on earth, so all might see all the love and all the beauty that shines in you and me. I am the living, breathing God, and you are one in me. We're called to be. Now you are called to be a mother, to nurture family. You are called to be a brother, be strength in times of need. You are called to be a neighbor, see a friend in all you meet. You are called to be a leader, to build community. You are called to be a prayer, living out the truth you seek. You are called to be everything. You are called to be the glory here on earth, so all might see all the love and all the beauty that shines in you and me. You are the living, breathing God, and you are one in me. We're called to be. Now we are are called to be the kindness, set the broken-hearted free. We are called to be forgiveness, where pain has run too deep. We are called to be compassion, be the wind beneath each wing. We are called to make communion, only then can we succeed. We are called to be a prayer, living out the truth you seek. We are called to be everything. We are called to be the glory here on earth, so all might see all the love and all the glory that shines in you and me. We are the living, breathing God, and you are one in me. We're called to be peace, called to be joy, called to be love, called to be peace, called to be joy, called to be free, called to be peace, called to be joy, called to be love, called to be.
Thank you, Mr. Christopher Ritchie and the gentlemen of the band. Thank you so much. Good morning. The author of the book, Beyond Courage, he starts the chapter on courage with some powerful questions, including these. Have you ever been really ill? Have you ever been so confused or depressed that you thought about ending your own life? Have you ever been so poor that you didn't know where your next meal would come from or where you would sleep? Have you ever had someone close to you be hurt, either on purpose or by accident? Have you ever lost someone precious to you? Now, the fact that you may have faced some moments like these, whether in your own life or through walking alongside someone else facing them or just witnessing them, means that you likely carry within you the seed of compassion. It likely means that you already know something about resilience, about what it takes to get up, start again, to keep going. And that knowledge can be the fuel that powers compassion. Compassion means to identify with and feel the suffering of others, accompanied by a very strong desire to lessen that suffering. And it's the natural outgrowth of being alive, of living, and knowing what it feels like to live and to experience less than perfect outcomes. We have a saying in our teaching, I am whole, perfect, and complete. It's the spiritual standard for our movement. Now we say it not because we have no problems and no challenges. No, we say it frequently as a reminder of our spiritual identity while we have challenges. We say it as a reminder of the power that lives in us, that can guide us through life's disappointments. And in metaphysics, that phrase, I am, it points to the deepest level of identity, spiritual identity, that exists before we take on any other labels, roles, limitations. such as I'm tired, I'm Edward, I'm a doctor, I'm a teacher, I'm excited, I'm happy, I'm jealous. I am whole is my spiritual identity. I am frustrated is my experience. So I am whole, perfect, and complete, just the way that I am, can exist at the same time as, and yet I sometimes make choices that end up being terrible mistakes. I am whole, perfect, and complete just the way that I am. And sometimes I mess up terribly. I might even hurt myself or other people, sometimes on purpose, sometimes accidentally. And understanding this distinction between spiritual identity and experience allows me to be compassionate with myself and with other people and with the world, with life itself, because I understand that there is more going on than what is on the surface. So what then if I do mess up as a spiritual being? Am I still whole, perfect, and complete? I don't mind sharing with you that decades ago now, I messed up quite badly. I did something that was not consistent with what I said I stood for. And that's one of the definitions of a lack of integrity. And what I did caused some people pain and discomfort and probably regretfully put my reputation into question. And no, I'm not going to tell you what I did. Because to do so would cause more harm. Now, in that season of my life, I had to face what I had done, and I also had to face the variety of ways that people responded to me. Their responses taught me as much about compassion as my own mistake did. And some of those responses were painful, and others were healing. And looking back on it now, I can see there are a variety of ways that people respond to other people's messes. Here are some of them. Number one, I'll distance myself to avoid implication or association. It has nothing to do with me. Which is an interesting response considering our spiritual idea of we are one. We are one until you mess up, then we are two. Another response is this one. I'll be comforting, I'll be understanding, but in the secret silence of my own mind, I'll keep an evaluation present. I'll make a mental note to judge you and everything you've ever done in the light of this mistake. And as future connections and opportunities come available, I'll remember it. And here's another one. I call it the professional tighten up. That's when I look non-committal, but interested. And ask the kind of probing questions that sound entirely reasonable but are designed to help the other person understand how they got themselves into this mess. If they only knew the way consciousness worked. Why did you think that was going to be a good choice? And here's the fourth way, and this is the way I wish I would choose more frequently, and it's this: to be present and available to them with a listening attitude, meaning to stand with them as they face their own awakening. be a support for their journey, and silently affirm their spiritual identity as something apart from their experience. As I am whole, so too are they. As I am a spiritual being, so too are they. Now, this approach, it may not be for everyone. However, when I discovered the teaching of the science of mind and this beautiful idea that everything is inescapably interconnected with everything else and we're all part of this amazing unity of life, I had to ask myself, how do I put that into practice with integrity? And integrity means harmony between what I believe and what I say and do. In other words, what I say I stand for matches how I show up in life. For example, if I say I value compassion and unity, would an observer be able to tell that from my words and my actions and the bumper stickers on my car? Or do I have exceptions to the rule? Well, that's how I messed up. I took a stand for something, but my actions didn't match that stand, and it was humbling to acknowledge that. And years later, I thought about it, what was it like going through that moment in my life, and what did I need from people at the time, and who was there for me, especially who was there for me who continued to believe in me when I lost confidence in myself. At the time, I asked a mentor or colleague what I should do now that I'd messed up. And she said to me, look, before you even get to what you should do, surround yourself with dolphins and not sharks. Because if you're bleeding, the sharks will eat you alive. But the dolphins will accompany you until you're safe again. I never forgot that. And here's the reasoning behind it. Because you may be filled up with the energy of guilt. And that guilt energy is going to demand punishment. In a way of thinking, perhaps sharks are the people in life who are merely mirroring back to us and delivering to us what we demand for ourselves. And that is the reason why identifying with your spiritual nature during those times of trouble and transition and challenge, it's so important and so valuable, so that you are radiating the energy of your spiritual identity while you are going through whatever it is that you are going through. You know when you're fulfilling the role of a shark for someone else in their life. It's when you feed on their guilt. Maybe you just want to know a little bit more of the sordid details and then share them confidentially. And maybe you're even glad they're paying for it. You're fulfilling the role of dolphin for someone when their circumstances or what they did or didn't do cannot change your mind about who they are and their spiritual identity. And you don't need to know what happened. And if you do know, it doesn't matter to you, and neither do you need to approve or not approve. Your heart is just present saying, I'll stand with you. So you don't have to face this alone. In this way, compassion is not pity. Compassion means to stand with somebody in their experience. That's the power of compassion. It means to care. The storyteller Eva Grazel tells about Mr. Rogers when he met a 14-year-old boy whose cerebral palsy left him unable to walk and could barely talk. And Mr. Rogers asks the boy to pray for him. And the boy was stunned by the question. I mean, he had been prayed for many, many times, but nobody had ever asked him to pray for them. Now, some may think that Mr. Rogers was cleverly boosting the boy's self-esteem. However, Mr. Rogers saw it quite differently. He said in an interview later, "I didn't ask him for his prayers for him. I asked for me. I asked him because I think that anyone who has gone through challenges like that must be very close to God. I asked him because I wanted his intercession." And the boy later said that that question changed his life forever because it showed him that he had something to give. Mr. Rogers' compassion wasn't pity. It was standing with the boy in dignity. He was being a dolphin. We can be dolphins to ourselves too, when we mess up. There are some actions we can take, and here are some that I have taken to help me, to accompany myself through the journey to wholeness. And they are these three things: to admit, to make amends, and to affirm. First, admit. Now, if you grew up Catholic like I did, perhaps you remember the confessional. And in that confessional experience, some people experience tremendous unburdening power, the unburdening power of sharing your mistakes and then following up with spiritual practice to address them. Now, here in our spiritual community, we don't have confessionals, but we do have prayer practitioners. We do have friends, we do have prayer partners where we can do the same thing. And I'm thinking right now of those people in my life who I can go to and admit my shortcomings. And although I may temporarily forget my spiritual identity, I know they won't. My grandmother was one of those people, and she would say to me, "A burden shared is a burden halved." I loved that. And so I think of this sharing, this unburdening, as an act of self-care, self-compassion. And if it's not yet comfortable for you to tell another person, you might start gently by admitting to yourself. Our founder, Dr. Ernest Holmes, wrote a book, the title of which is a question: Can we talk to God? And the answer to that question in the book is a full-chested yes. Talk to the divine as if the divine were a close, trusted friend within that you have access to anytime, anywhere, that you can say to, "I am whole, perfect, and complete, and I've messed up." The second step is to make amends. And that simply means to say sorry and to do it as quickly as possible, unless doing so would cause further harm. Now, if it's a person, it means go to them quickly with a heart of reconciliation. And I've had to learn in this process that sometimes offering an apology may not be accepted. That can be the price of breaking integrity. It happens. There's this website, cruciallearning.com. Cruciallearning, one word.com. And it has on it an article, a blog article titled The Anatomy of an Apology. And it lays out what works and what doesn't work so well when apologizing. The article shows how there are these particular phrases that sound like an apology, but aren't really. You know, phrases like, "I'm sorry you took it that way." "I'm sorry, but it's not my fault." "I'm sorry for how things went." "I said I'm sorry, why can't we move on?" And the article shows how a genuine apology is rooted in compassion, and it depends on that first step of admitting, acknowledging your part in the hurt. So the website again, cruciallearning.org.com, The Anatomy of an Apology. Now, the third action is to affirm, or more accurately, to reaffirm your spiritual identity so that that affirmation can guide you through your human experience. I am whole, perfect, and complete. And if it is too tender or too far out of reach to begin with that phrase, I am whole, perfect, and complete, this is what has worked for me, to turn my attention and refocus instead on that power within, the power of the living spirit within, the friend within, like this. Through the power of the living spirit within me, I begin each day with a clear mind and an attitude of wholeness. Through the power of the living spirit within me, I lean into honesty and sincerity and authenticity. Through the power of the living spirit within me, I know how to listen, and I understand more each day. Through the power of the living spirit within me, I have what it takes to be confident. Through the power of the living spirit within me, I am becoming aware of the sacredness of my life and all life. Through the power of the living spirit within me, I remain open to guidance and inspiration. Through the power of the living spirit within me, I am growing and growing and growing. And then after starting with that focus, consider bringing it even a little closer, a little more personal. Think of I am statements, and think of each I am statement as a declaration of intention. Let it be aspirational. Think of it as setting a new direction, and imagine that everything you say after I am is invoking the creative power of the living spirit within you. Like this: I am clear. I am honest. I am sincere. I am authentic. I am confident. I am aware. I am open. I am learning. I am compassionate. I am understanding. I am kind. Now, we began this morning with questions from the book Beyond Courage, questions about illness and loss, confusion, and struggle, as some of the things in life that increase our capacity for compassion. They are not the only things that open our hearts. Joy does. Love does. Compassion itself does. The idea is that whatever we walk through in life may very well be the thing that helps us stand with other people, whether we share their experience or not. We can stand with each other as we walk through life, especially when we bring our full selves forward to listen and to witness and to identify other people as spiritual beings while they go through whatever they go through, and that includes us. I invite you to breathe in with me. And as you exhale, let your eyes close for a moment of spiritual practice. There is only one life, one reality, one power, one existence. One presence that is perpetually present, evenly distributed through all of existence, meaning everywhere present, without beginning and without ending, meaning eternal. That presence, whether I call it life or mind or principle or spirit or the mother or the father or creation, is beyond all words and qualities. It is the all in all, the ground of all being, the foundation of all that is. And it is where I am and where each one of us is. I am immersed in it, and it expresses through me. It is closer than my neck vein. It is everything that I am. And this I hold to be true for all people. From this awareness of my unity with all life, I realize that I am walking on a spiritual path with individual expressions of spirit all around me and in me. And so today I let fall away from me all considerations of personality and preferences and disappointments and aspirations, and instead I immerse myself over and over again into the compassionate, kind-hearted, accepting, creative presence that is the heart of creation in me. I fully expect to see it today in action. I fully expect it today to guide me into right action. I fully know that I am living it and breathing it. And so as I let myself sink into this awareness, that sinking is accompanied by a sense of rightness, a sense of clarity, a sense of celebration. So today I cease all reaching, all striving, all reaching and striving. I let it settle back so that I may rest today in this awareness of the living Spirit as me. I welcome its presence in my voice. I welcome its presence in my actions. I welcome its presence in my vision. I feel myself deepening in comfort, feeling more and more comfortable being in a world of experiences while staying clearly sure of my identity. Through the power of the living Spirit within me, I live. And I release this word into that aspect of the divine I call the law, as a reminder to flow like water, to be gentle and available to the movement of Spirit within. And I invite you to help close this prayer with me by saying, "And so it is," followed by a deep breath in and a sigh. And with that movement of breath, we make the transition to the part of our service where we celebrate and participate in the law of circulation. The law of circulation is that suite of practices, including giving and receiving and asking and acknowledging, celebrating. So this is the moment in our service where we touch in with gratitude and appreciation, acknowledging both our participation in this center as well as what we receive from each other being here. And from that energy, we tap into the circulation of life. And I invite you to let that energy of appreciation and participation and joy be present with you when you contribute financially to your center, whether you do that online or through your auto giving or through your text to giving, so that your act of giving never becomes mechanical or routine, but becomes an extension of your spiritual practice. Through the power of the living Spirit within me, I am generous. Through the power of the living Spirit within me, I circulate my good. So you stay mindfully connected to the practices of your life. I ask the ushers to stand while you prepare your gift, perhaps placing your hand on your chest as a physical symbol of your heart connection to your center, and say after me, I bless this gift. I send it forth to heal and prosper. It does amazing work in the world. And so it is. Ushers, please receive the gift.
No capo? Starts in your heart, bring it deep. Oops. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It starts in your heart like a warm summer breeze, gently at first like the wind through the trees. Slowly it moves you until you can see that it starts in your very own heart. The feeling you want is more near than you know. It's not to be found in the places you go. It only resides in the depths of your soul, and it starts in your very own heart. Now what is most real is what you can feel, and what makes it start is an opening heart. To move it as you feel your heartbeat, and opens a door to a world eyes can't see. It brings you back home where we all long to be, and it starts in your very own heart. In your very own heart. Oh, in your heart.
Thank you again for all the gifts that you share with us. And can we share some more of that love with our band? I wrote another haiku. Within lies spirit, waiting to dance joyfully upon your blank page. Now, the best part about sharing Elias Owen's class, The Spirit of Haiku, has been the chance to write so many haiku. And this is what waits for you in class: peace and stillness found through poetry that will help you to slow down and relax and appreciate every moment of life. No poetry experience is needed. And be sure to sign up on our website today, because class begins tomorrow, and that way you can get all the information for the class tomorrow afternoon. Spirit is something that you'll hear about quite a lot at our center, probably every day. But what is spirit? And how and why would we want to access it? Well, these are questions that Reverend Tara Steele is going to help you to answer for yourself in her upcoming workshop, Sparks of Awareness. And that happens on Sunday, August 24, here at the center. And through thoughtful conversation and meditation practice, you'll learn how you can access the spirit within so that you can then rely on your inherent love, courage, and compassion to meet any obstacle in life. Peace seems like it's a rare commodity these days, and it's easy for me to see chaos. And that's why Reverend Scioto Bell is teaching consciousness and the creative process, because in it you'll learn how you can use spiritual practice to engage the creative process so that you can embody peace, power, and poise no matter what's going on in the world. And her class starts on Tuesday, August 26 on Zoom. Now, when I first learned about the Enneagram, I have to say it was eye-opening for me. I learned how I interact with the world. And I also learned about my blind spots. And this knowledge gave me the insight that I needed to better direct my life. And it helps me to learn how I best share my gifts with the world. And this is what you can learn too with Kathy Galvin's upcoming class, Enneagram Map of the Soul. And that class starts on Thursday, September 4. And finally, mark your calendars. Saturday, September 6th, practitioner Jan Svoboda is kicking off her new 4-week class, When Things Fall Apart, which is based on Pema Chodron's book by the same name. And in this class, you'll learn how you can move through the unexpected challenges of life from a place of composure and compassion. So pick up an education catalog at our info desk on your way out. You can also find it on the front page of our website. That has a complete list of all of our classes, and you can sign up for all of these on our website. We also have scholarships available for consciousness and the creative process. So send me an email or come talk to me after service. I'd love to get you hooked up with that scholarship. Artists and crafters, I know we have quite a few in our community, and you are all invited to our holiday art and craft fundraiser in December. If you would like to donate your original high-quality work, you can pick up a donation form at the info desk on the way out, and we also have that on our website. And our donations are open. We're collecting them on specific Sundays, which you can find on that form. And 100% of the proceeds from this fundraiser come back to support the center. So I really look forward to seeing all of the creativity that is coming up in December. Our next round of Circles for Spiritual Connection begins the week of August 24th, so it's right around the corner. And these groups are really cool. They're about building connections through spiritual practice and discussion. And I often hear from those who are facilitating and attending and how impactful these groups are to their lives, the opportunity to be with others who are on the same spiritual journey and to talk about it. So you can sign up for these groups online or at the info table, and our lead facilitator, Chris Kelly, will then reach out to you and let you know how you can get plugged into a group that works for your time schedule. And by the way, we also have a brand new young adult group for all our young adults, and you can talk to Lily about that. She's waving her hands if you're in the room here. She's going to be our lead for that. Finally, Sharing Our Bounty is back, and it'll be here on Sunday, September 21st. And this year, we're emphasizing plants, plant starts, seeds, and flowers. Now, of course, the edible kind of plants are welcome too, but that's what we're emphasizing. And bring your plants to share, or just come and take home whatever greenery grabs your eye. Everything is free. Thank you so much for being a part of our community, and know that the community does not have to end today. You can join us in person every Wednesday for our Wednesday evening service at 7 p.m. right out there in the social hall. Have a wonderful week.
Thank you very much, Reverend Russ. He does that so beautifully. I really enjoy listening to announcements now. If you're a member of the center, you received an email from me giving you an update to some exciting news about our center capital campaign covering the future for the renewal of our roof. But I want everybody to know about it because this is the quiet phase of our capital campaign where we don't really make a big fuss about it. We just announce it. But it's taking off. And people are participating. So I want you to know that a member came forward with a matching gift challenge saying that whatever anybody gives from now until the end of September, I will match it. So that's wonderful. It puts participating in the roof renewal into everybody's hands because now if you give $5, now it's worth 10. If you give $100, now it's worth $200. So up until $10,000, they are ready to match the gift. So please today go to our website, and if you've got an extra something, you'll find the picture of our building. It says they're covering the future. Click on it, make a donation, a little one, a huge one, something that matches your ability to participate. And I think we can finish this project much earlier than we expected based on the amount of response that's already coming in. So consider that. I'm finding this to be very exciting to participate with you. It tells me we like our spiritual center and we want to see it be here for generations to come. If there is something that is incomplete in you, or if you cried yourself to sleep last night, please don't go home without getting some prayer support from in-room prayer practitioners. And you don't have to have cried yourself to sleep last night. You could be just working on an exciting project and you want some spiritual sustenance to keep it going. You'll get prayer support right here in the room. And if you're online, you can do the same thing in our Zoom room, confidential prayer rooms. So take advantage of that. I invite you to. And please now, won't you stand as you are able, saying, something wonderful is happening through me right now. It is this thing called life. Life is in my mind, life is in my body, and life is in my affairs. I think it, I feel it, and I accept it. Just the way that it is. And just the way that it is not. Thank you, life. Know with me that you are never alone, that Spirit is right where you are, that you have only to look within at any moment to know that you're guided, sustained, and empowered by a presence that expresses itself as you in this world. In deepest gratitude, let us live our lives accordingly, so that in everything that we do and say and think, we honor this presence within. And so it is. Thank you for being here. I look forward to seeing you next week. Let's close in song.
I have a prayer for peace. Wherever I go, peace goes with me. I feel peace inside. Every breath, peace abides. I know the joy of peace. I choose fear to release. Every moment love wakes up, and peace is every step. Oh yeah, peace is every